All right, so I just got back from RSC in Manhattan, and I got myself the Pepsi bezel. And you know what? This feels like a new watch. You know, with the black bezel, as much as I like the black bezel, I had the sub for so long that the black bezel on the GMT didn't really feel like a new watch. This is a new watch, you know? So anyway, I'm elated. And I wanted to talk about my experience today at Rolex Service Center, because people have been asking me in the comments what can they expect from RSC if they want to get a bezel changed, or if they want to get a Jubilee bracelet, things like that, if they want small jobs done on their watch. And let me just tell you straight off the bat, I had an absolutely painless experience at RSC. I love that place. The people working there, just fantastic. Everything is so smooth. Also, the Rolex building, the big black building on 5th Avenue, demolition has already started for that building. So right now they're gutting it, they're taking everything out, and they're gonna demolish the building. It's coming down. And then they're gonna rebuild a brand new one, a beautiful one. So Rolex Service Center that was there before is no longer there. You'll walk up to RSC, the same door that's always been there, and there's a sign on the door, and it sends you down the block to 650 5th Ave. And it's nice. The new place is nice. It's not as nice as the old one, but it's perfectly acceptable. And you walk in, the same cast of characters is there, the same guy sitting at the desk, the same workers, the same people who are going to help you out. They're all still there. And like I said, it was absolutely painless. They called me up and I told them I wanted to get a new bezel for my watch. And she said, yeah, all right, it'll take about 20 minutes. And I sat and waited, and she came back with the bezel. It was so easy. Now, I think if I were to go back in a week and ask for the Coke bezel, they might turn me down. Although, to be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, she was so nice, and she understood that I was an enthusiast. She herself, she was wearing the 36mm Tiffany blue OP. So yeah, that was cool. So she likes watches too, and she knew why I was doing it. I told her that I wanted to collect them all, and I wanted to get the Jubilee bracelet. So she understood, and when I told her that I was gonna get the Coke bezel from the gray market, she had a face of like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just get it from us? So I could get it from them, but I'm not going to, and I'll tell you why. The Coke bezel that you get from RSC, the red on the bezel does not match the red of the GMT hand, nor is it the same red as the original Coke bezel that you would have gotten, you know, in 2001 or whatever. And here's the thing, that Coke bezel that you get from RSC, I actually prefer that color red. It's this dark maroon, like a blood red. It's absolutely beautiful, and I think one day I will get that bezel just for the heck of it. But to complete my set of the 3 bezels, I'm gonna get the Coke from the gray market with the serif, the fat font serif, and that brighter, you know, apple red. So that was really the main question that I was getting from you guys. You were asking me, will RSC replace the bezel for you, you know, while you wait? And the answer is yes. I'm sure they reserve the right to turn people down. You know, I guess if you walk in with an attitude or you give them a hard time, I mean, I don't understand why you would, but who knows? If you just, there's something about you that puts them off, maybe they'll turn you down just because they can. But you know, if you go in and you are excited to be there, and look, it's kind of hard not to be excited to be there, to be honest. I something about that place, I don't know, it's magical. It's just like you're in the depths of Rolex, you know? It's just a cool place to be. So if you feel that way and you walk in and you're just happy to be there and you're really, you know, excited when you talk to people and you're in a good mood, they're gonna give you the bezel, okay? If they don't have it, they don't have it, but they'll order it for you, and you come in when it's ready and you change it out then. The same thing with the Jubilee bracelet. I asked her if I could order the bracelet, or if I asked her if she could just change it on the spot, and she went back and checked with inventory or whatever, and she came back and said that they don't have one on hand, so they'd have to order it for me. And I told her not today, but I will be coming back at some point in the future to get that, to order that. And she said, yeah, no problem. You know, she'd order it and it would take a few weeks, and then I'd come in and they'd put it on for me. So again, absolutely painless. I've had no pushback from them with any of this stuff. While I was waiting, I met this awesome guy, 2 guys actually. As soon as he walked in, I saw his Speedmaster on his wrist, and I was like, hey man, you wearing a Speedy? But he wasn't really a huge watch guy. His friend who he came with was a big watch guy, and his Instagram is Time Curator. Awesome Instagram. He's got a heck of a collection, like a seriously heavy hitting collection, this guy. And he let me try on the 321 Speedmaster. Man, that watch is unbelievably beautiful. It's so nice. The bracelet, the case, it's thin, you know, I thought it was thicker, but it's thin. The finishing, the dial, the movement, when you know, it has an exhibition case back. The movement is absolutely beautiful. I mean, my God, I was blown away by this watch. Seriously, I fell in love with this watch. He let me try it on. You're seeing a picture of it, I'm sure. Man, just gorgeous. And he also had with him the Omega Trilogy, you know, 1957 Seamaster, and that was also a beautiful watch. You know, very similar in style to the 321 Speedmaster, but you know, it's a Seamaster, it's a little bit beefier, but it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I think ID Guy has this watch, or some variation of this watch. Really nice, really nice. I do wish that the bracelet tapered a little bit. I noticed that the bracelet didn't taper, but that's a nitpicky thing. I mean, awesome watch. But yeah, anyway, if you have any questions for me about RSC and, you know, any procedures, leave me a comment, because I have gleaned a fair amount of information from going there so often. I mean, I've been there like 5 times in the last year, and I'm very talkative when I'm there. I'm talking to the concierge, I'm talking to the women that work there, I'm talking to people who are also waiting, and I'm overhearing other people go to the desk and explain their problem, and I'm listening to what services they get offered. So I pretty much know exactly what will happen when you bring a watch to Rolex Service Center in New York. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. And yeah, until next time, peace out.